So this morning I managed to spit toothpaste directly into my cleavage, and I'm pretty sure I'm coming down with a post-Christmas cold, so that's where I am right now. How are you guys doing? Fingers crossed filming this video goes well. I could really use a win today. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. It's closer to New Year's now. I'm a little late on this. I mean, last year the Christmas book haul came like at the end of January, so I'm more on top of things than I have been. I got that going for me. So my mom is very much a tell me what you want and I will buy it for you kind of Christmas person. And generally I ask for practical things because that's just how I am. Like a couple years ago my Christmas present was getting the heating fixed in my car. It was great. But this year I kind of hadn't really thought about it, so I was just like, here's my Amazon wish list, I guess. And my Amazon wish list is mostly books, so I ended up with 11 books this Christmas, and a DVD copy of Singin' in the Rain. So we should get started because I have a lot to show you, and also I am pretty sure I am losing both my light and my voice. First up, I got both the Rock Snobs Dictionary and the Film Snobs Dictionary. These are basically books formatted as dictionaries about music and movies, for pedantic assholes. The front cover of the Film Snobs Dictionary defines a film snob as a reference term for the sort of movie obsessive for whom the actual enjoyment of motion pictures is but a side dish to the accumulation of arcane knowledge about them. I have actually already read both of these because they're super short, and like, I think they're hilarious, but I am pretty much exactly the sort of douchebag that these books are describing. I think they might just be generally funny though. I mean, the Rock Snobs Dictionary describes Aleister Crowley as a suave gentleman Satanist, which is how I hope to one day be described in my obituary. Also, I think they would be a useful resource for if you ever find yourself trapped in a horrible conversation with some asshole at a party, and would like to mock them to their face without them realizing it. Next up, I have been aided in my quest to read all of the Vonnegut. I got Slaughterhouse 5 and Cat's Cradle. I'm really excited about reading these, and also these are my favorite editions of Vonnegut's work. Like, when it comes to Vonnegut, I want either these editions or like weird old 70s paperbacks from the used bookstore. That is what I want. Next up is Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day by Winifred Watson. This is an English comic novel from the 30s, all about an uptight governess who is placed in charge of watching a flighty heiress. And presumably there are shenanigans. I'm very excited about reading this because I've heard it's really funny, and also this edition is beautiful. It's got the French flaps and the end papers are gorgeous. It also has the original illustrations in it and what looks like the original typesetting. Yeah, this edition was published by Persephone, which I will have to look into more stuff that they have done because A, this is lovely, and B, they specialize in reprints of forgotten works usually published by women, which is super cool. I also got Three Men in a Boat, to Say Nothing of the Dog by Jerome K. Jerome. This is another English comic novel, and this book was going through BookTube like wildfire a while back, and it's supposed to be super funny, and a bunch of people whose opinions I trust really liked it, so yeah. Good stuff. Next up, I got a box set of the first 4 books in the A Song of Ice and Fire series. There's actually 5 books in this series so far, but for some reason, I don't think that they make a box set with all 5 in paperback. Like, they have the hardcover, but I didn't want the hardcover. There's something about giant fantasy novels where like mass market paperback just feels like the correct format to read them in. I'm not going to take them out because it's super hard to get them back in, but yeah, you have seen these before. I keep going back and forth about whether I want to start them now or if I want to try to wait until the series is finished, because like I think it'll be easier for me to keep everything straight in my head if I can just like read them all straight through back to back. But on the other hand, I've been watching the show and I really like it, and I keep getting accidentally spoiled by people who have read the books. And also, who knows when the last 2 books in this series are finally going to come out. George R.R. Martin has been taking his sweet time. But I know I'm going to read them at some point, and so now at least I have them. I feel like I am probably going to break down and start reading them pretty soon because I have really been in the mood for some fantasy lately. We'll see how that goes. And the last thing I got was How to Make Books by Esther K. Smith. And this is very cool. Like, first of all, it's just like a really beautifully made book. Like, it's got raw cardboard for the covers and tape binding. And the spine has the stitching that's used to bind it printed on it. And like the end papers are super gorgeous, and it's filled with all this really beautiful typography and photography and illustrations. And I've always been really interested in bookmaking. I've thought that was really cool, so I'm very excited to have this. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen my initial attempts to make the little folded paper books at the beginning. So that's going well, but we'll see how it is when I get to the part where you have to, like, actually stitch things. So that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you all had a great Christmas if you celebrate, and a great end of the year if you don't. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!